Do you know what? It's nice to see a bit of solidarity between between national teammates and that, but I don't really want to comment on it because
Mm.
the whole thing's a farce. I hate football and social media as a mix. I think they're two things which just don't go well together. It brings out the worst in everybody. I hate how disingenuous players are on social media. I hate how lively fans are with their opinions on social media. I just don't like the mix. So
Steph's not on Twitter, by the way, in case anyone's asking.
yeah, I know. Do you know what? I'm so glad that I'm not on Twitter because I'd get pelters left, right, and centre. But it's just it's an impossible thing to comment on. It's interesting that his teammates have supported him like that. Obviously, I don't agree with what he's said. Although to be honest with you, I've not really looked at it, but what I've heard people commenting on it. But having said that, there's different things in different cultures across the world, which I don't know about and which other people don't know about. So I'm not in a position to comment on it, and I don't want to either because I just hate the whole thing.
But it's interesting that the Uruguayan team decided to basically stoke the embers again when, in general, you let this stuff lie once the decision's been made. It's also interesting that Luis Suarez is involved. He's probably not the man you want in your corner when you're fighting a racism accusations.
100%. I think the Luis Suarez thing, I think that's not good. I don't think he should have said anything personally. Well, I do. I think he should still apologise to Patrice Evra because I don't think he's officially apologised to Patrice Evra. But there were similar rumblings around the Luis Suarez story, albeit I think that the Suarez one was far worse than what Cavani said, in my personal opinion. I just thought this was weird, particularly considering Cavani didn't seem that bothered. He seemed to take it on the chin, didn't he? And obviously it was a mistake. But with what happened with Bernardo Silva and Benjamin Mendy at Manchester City last season or the season before, I can't quite remember now, with the whole cartoon thing posted on Twitter, Bernardo got banned for that. And that was a joke between friends.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're setting a precedent, you can't let Cavani off for one thing, considering you've already banned Bernardo for something similar. So I think the right decision was made in the end. Like I say, Cavani didn't seem... Obviously, he would have been disappointed that he'd been banned, but he didn't seem like devastated by it. I think he's taken his punishment on the chin, and it's a mistake he'll learn from. And I understand the Uruguayans sort of clubbing together and saying, well, this isn't fair. This guy, he didn't understand it's a different culture. Well, Kieran Trippier has been banned, hasn't he, for betting for a couple of weeks in Spain and Atletico Madrid. You haven't seen all the England players rally together and say, well, we've all got Bet365 accounts, so we shouldn't be banning Kieran Trippier. So it's one of those things where I find it really strange. I see where Stefan's coming from. It is quite unusual to see like national players club together and show a bit of solidarity. But over this, I'm not convinced.